Okay, we're rolling. Ah, why isn't the light? Hey. Uh, you don't happen. Guys, oh, this is so unpredictable. ECG has done ECG things. My lights are off and this is not going to. I'm supposed to record this thing anyway. I have to get it out to you guys. So it's been a couple of days since Whitemoney emerged as the winner of Big Brother Naija season 6. Now, of course, sure, I was so happy for him. I voted for the guy. At least I gave him half of my votes. I gave the other half to Luka Rose. But I wanted Whitemoney to win, and he did. But the gap with which he won really baffled me. All right, so guys, I need to be very clear with you about something. So when the show was starting and they did the 2 premiere nights, and the guys came in on the first night, and that's when Whitemoney showed up. Whitemoney wasn't my favorite right away. That was actually Jackie B. And to be honest, Whitemoney didn't really appeal to me immediately. He seemed a little like pompous, if I can put it that way, because he had the whole regalia and the fair, and he was like walking like this. Like I walk like that sometimes, but like he was walking like this, and it looked a little overblown to me in a sense. But then he ended up kneeling down and he held a whole jama session with the boys in the executive lounge about an hour later. I'm like, wait, how do you have so much charisma to the extent that you can hold? I mean, I know boys gel like that, but how do you hold a session with them and you barely know them for an hour? Like that is a special skill. And in getting to know him in the course of the show, it's really become more understandable who he is and where he comes from in his background. Now, there's actually the conversation out there that Whitemoney came prepared for the show, and you wouldn't be wrong. You see, Big Brother is getting to the point where everyone is very much aware of how the show works. They're aware of where the cameras are. They're aware of the things that may or may not work. And not everybody gets that right, but for the most part, people are starting to understand that. And to be honest, this was inevitable. When you run a show for so many years in the way that they do, it's going to catch up with the audience. They're going to become a little more self-conscious. And that's why I think in a way ruined this season too. Like they were just too self-conscious of themselves, and we needed that spontaneity, and we didn't really get that spark. It just wasn't there. And it got even worse because Whitemoney would say something sometimes that would make everybody think that, wait, is Coyote and his crew missing something that they're supposed to be seeing that no one can see? Because it was so weird. Sometimes you say, oh, Nini is a fan favorite. Oh, this person will do this. Oh, this person will win that. And like, how do you know, bro? How? So apparently this really started to get on the nerves of the production crew, and I really don't blame them. But then, you know, it's kind of inevitable. It's gonna happen. It's how to curb that as you go along, basically. Also, I should mention I have a video on Big Brother Naija. It's here in that box that just popped up, so you can check that out. I will leave a link in the description below for the video as well. But yeah, it's like, let's really talk about this Whitemoney thing for a second. So yes, how do I think Whitemoney won this show? I've said it earlier and I'll say it again. The guy has a certain level of charisma that is just, it was so unmatched. I really couldn't understand it. I mean, this guy could host jama sessions, he could act, he's a very talented person as well, could play instruments, could make games for the housemates to play when everybody was bored. It was just so, he was a very dynamic and very vibrant person, I should say. And then the very first play they made with Luka Rose, with that veteran actress performance, and Whitemoney and Sammy as director, that's what really made me start putting eyes on Whitemoney a lot more. I was like, yeah, this guy has something, you know? We need to talk about the cooking, because this was arguably one of the most controversial things that happened with this show. It got so bad to the point that when Pere came into head of house status, he was relieving Whitemoney from his post just so other people could take the mantle. And 5 people still couldn't manage the whole kitchen. I mean, I never understood that. And Pere was so vocal about the fact that, oh, he thought Whitemoney was using a strategy to cook and all. And even if that was a strategy, I mean, he would have had to take 1 day off. But Whitemoney was consistent the whole time, and it baffled them and it baffled me. And in a certain way, it really got worse when Pere did that whole the emblem around my neck.
Disrespect me as a person, but the emblem on my neck signifies authority. There will be no disrespect as long as I'm head of house. I believe I've made myself clear.
There was that, and then there was when he was like, we are all sharing the noodles in this house. That was just like, bro, we share every single thing. But that was another way of him trying to undercut Whitemoney. But Pere was so strategic, and he thought Whitemoney was also being strategic. And I did speak about Pere, and I should go back to him because that whole Pere situation that happened that night where they were playing the whispering game, that really kind of helped Whitemoney, although people think it was sympathy votes that kind of pushed people behind Whitemoney. But really, it was one of those situations where Pere just didn't act right, and that got exposed. Maria was all shouting and, oh my God, would you guys just stop it? Pere became like the villain of the show, and I didn't like him. But with time, Pere grew on me, I'll be honest. I like Pere now. He's like, Pere is cool people, even though he's very strategic, but he's very, very cool people. And Pere and Whitemoney have come such a long way since that incident. I mean, who would have thought to, right? But then again, boys will be boys, no matter what happens. Like, you can cut through a stick, it doesn't matter. Boys, I don't know why I said cut through a stick, but anyway, I say a lot of things on the regular. So yeah, that was that emotion. But aside that, what I think really worked for Whitemoney was his relatability. Whitemoney had always said he was a street boy. He was sort of dyslexic and he couldn't even say it, which was really fun because we all make mistakes anyway. But Whitemoney was so much of he had this appeal about himself, and he was so relatable with his circumstances. Like, there are so many people that have gone through hard times, and Whitemoney was practically, he became an embodiment for those struggles and those uncertainties that people go through in life. And he became like a symbol of hope that, yo, you can keep pushing through the door. One day you will make it, despite your struggles. Like, one day you will make it. I've become a motivational speaker, but one day you will make it. And he was the pure embodiment of that. But yes, Whitemoney was strategic because he was very strategic in who he would pick to associate himself with. That was really apparent with the Queen thing and with Jackie, JMK. Like, he was very strategic with how he handled himself, very mature in the process. But Whitemoney really, he pulled that stuff off. I'll be very honest about that. So yeah, do I think Whitemoney deserved to win? Yeah, I really do. I mean, I think he'll be a good ambassador for Big Brother as a whole. And I think, you know, he'll give so much hope to so many people who didn't believe in their dreams. And he's gone ahead to do that. And yeah, he's inspired me in a lot of ways. And thank you. I do think Licorice could have had a good chance of winning as well. But that happened. And before I end this video, I will say this. I'm very happy that no one has actually brought up the conversation that, oh, it's men that have always won Big Brother. It's only one woman that has won it, being Messi. But, you know, be that as it may, you know, I do believe that Licorice had a very good chance of winning, and it just didn't happen. But Licorice is a winner regardless of anything. But yeah, massive props to everyone that made it to the final. Pere, I like Pere, I really do. And but yeah, Whitemoney takes the crown. So yeah, but yeah, that's going to be it. Thanks so much for watching this video. And yeah, if you want to see my most recent video, you can see that over here. If you want to see a video that YouTube thinks is the best one for you to see, you can see that over here. I've been Darkman Kpakpo. I will see you guys very soon. Take care. Bye.